Lyle, go the fuck away. I don't want what you're selling. I mean, I probably do. I wonder what your other insurance could be at this point. Dear Splur, I was thinking about you while drinking my tea, which is strange because you only drink coffee. I can't help it. I just can't help but keep going to get the coffee. Listen, my company doing contests. Big prizes, money, fame, not really. It's a trip. Win a trip anywhere. Good sure is. Want to enter? Fill out this questionnaire. Come on, you get a trip. Big prize. Everyone wants one. Fill it. Do it now. Okay. Basic info. First thing. Got it. Yep. Mr. Red. Yep. Every day. Crazy Red. What would you like him to visit? Mondays. Cool. Gotcha. Bang. Can't fool you. Red. I don't know. Mm-hmm. What do you think of me? What do you think of old Lyle? Sure. Now you just busted my chops. No sweat. Yep, Lyle guy. Yep, move on, right on. We got 3 questions. I've put thought into my plans for the grim future. I disagree. My impression of the insurance community is a positive one. Yes. I've been a victim of fraud, scam, con job. Yes. Really? Bad call. You think you're smart? Bust my chops. No sweat. I don't know how you want me to answer this. You need to talk damage insurance? Buy a fake item, hand over? Thought I already have. I have one. Oh, well, I don't have one on me. I already sold my forge painting. Now I know to keep it, but so you're just trying to sell me on more shit that I already have. You psycho. What are you, some kind of insurance? Oh, right. Well, never mind. Hit the rock. It's money rock. Missed it. Always sad when I miss a couple hits because I'm silly. And I'm just at a bad angle for myself. Could just do the thing, but I refuse. Eh, 2,500 instead of 4,000. It's not the end of the world. Ah, sweet. We have a new person. Goose. The hell does Goose live? There. Got it. Gotta go say hi to Goose. Lyle, this person's new. Sell him insurance. Hey, pleased to meet you. I'm Goose. Who are you, Bouquet? Ah, so you're known as Splurt. This Goose is loose. I'm gonna call you Bruce. Give me some space. These pythons need room. Oh, great. It's Hulk Hogan if he was a cock. So probably no different. He's trying to put his pythons on me. I don't want it. Trying to touch me. So blind to see any of these things, if there's been any. I am the worst. Tomorrow we celebrate kindness and happiness with Yay Day. Switch a letter in there and it's, would be perfectly fine. Break out your best compliments and let the sun shine in. Well, that day I probably might not even be around for it, because I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow, so I might, if I do anything with the game, it'd be off stream, but I don't know. No, fine. Start with the basic one. When you start eating, you say, let's eat. When you finish eating, you say, let's eat. I'm done. You're greeting your dog's neighbor in the morning. What do you say? Woof. Oh, you're right. A common knowledge or something? I'll give you my vertigo shirt. Now I feel like I have vertigo. So, Amelia, are you dating anyone right now, Appletini? This is just between us. If I say I am, I am. And if I say I'm not, I'm not. How about you, Punchy? Who, me? Well, as you can see, girls chase after me a lot, but I'm kind of shy. I'm afraid of falling in love and getting hurt. That happened to me once with peach pie, and I never really recovered. Sorry, Punchy, that's rough. No one knows pain of lost love like me. That's not it. You're talking and that's not it. You're talking about a dessert, for Pete's sake. Now she's angry. This is why you don't talk about desserts. I fell in love with a pie once. Didn't end well. Hold out the weed. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow because I usually chill / off day depending on how I feel. But also I got a lot of videos I gotta upload, so I had to work on doing that so I can free some hard drive space up for another week of recording. Because I have used up so many. I still have so many leftover videos of old stuff that just haven't seen the light of day to current stuff that needs to get finished. So many things. It's a good thing because I don't want the YouTube stuff to run out, but it's also horrible for my hard drive because it is just so full. That's why having certain chill days like the simulator stuff is nice because I don't record anything on those days. Or just no days. We haven't recorded a lot this past week. I think I've only recorded a little bit because we've done more simulator than games at some points. And the simulators, I don't record because I'm either listening to music in the background or there's not a lot going on. Conversation-wise, or the conversation is super dated. That's whatever is happening, and I just don't care to upload it. If I did, there'd at least be one episode of Gas Station Sim at that point where I logged on earlier than ever, and start streaming, only for me to be like, I quit my job. Like, oh, good, I don't have those types of videos. I still remember, I think the 2 games that I played for when I've left my 2 jobs was, I played Gas Station Sim because that was like the big thing I was like really into when my most recent job when I quit that because it just wasn't gonna work out and the travel for it was just kind of a pain. And I didn't really like it too much. And then the other one was just more of like just working in a small space with people and everyone being just like scummy and you can't escape. Like I understand that workplaces have scummy people, but there was no getting away from them in such a small environment for like a few minutes to just get a break from them. It was just mentally fucking with me. But I remember when I quit that one, my first job, I think I played Burnout. Like 3 or something, and we just played that and smashed cars and raced. Hi, Bear is me. I got a crazy letter. Check it out. Favorite client, Blue Bear. There are plenty of backless dresses. I would love to see a backless suit. Gotta be fired up to write something, too. I don't know. Do you want to talk about no back? What will be the game I play when I eventually quit streaming? Pajama Sam. It's like, what? I don't think that's the right going out with a bang game that I would choose. See, man. Yeah, sports games. Yeah, it would just be sports games. A lot of games no one gives a shit about, so no one's focused on the fact that it's like, oh, this was his last thing, huh? Or unfortunately, knowing my luck and timing, I play it during a time the popular players, or people that play sports games, aren't around and everyone follows, and then it's just like, oh no, I've started something else up I don't want. Okay, well, nice spin move. Yeah, then just don't stop. At some point there may be an end, but I don't know when that will be. As I usually say, I just keep going until the wheels just fall off or I go fucking careening into somewhere. But who knows when it'll ever end? The consistency may drop at some point, but it probably won't ever fully stop for until either the platform is more doomed than it is, or I fucking don't have the ability to do it anymore. Start catching fish a bit early so I can go do the fossil thing. Do the fish. Talk to people. Yeah. I know YouTube's okay enough. It's not great for anything, but like, done it before. I usually use YouTube for when I don't want a serious stream or I'm just fucking around. I thought about it when I was like bored that I was gonna start doing like the sports stuff, like baseball and things. I would do it on YouTube. Just so then I wouldn't have to record all of the videos for like doing a road to the show. They would all the episodes would just be on the channel already because of live, but also then the people who don't give a shit about sports doesn't have to fucking watch on Twitch, but So I don't mess up with communities trying to be like, oh great, more sports people are gonna follow, and then I can't fucking, then I'm screwed. But I just never did it. I only did like a little bit of sports test streams in the far past, but I haven't done anything recent. I can tell you this is a stego skull. You can keep it. Thank you. This is an iguanuan skull. What you just said to me. Iguano skull. Now wait till we find it in its completed form. There you go. This is a potato skull, but you want it, so you may keep it. Oh, we have completed it. It was once called a Brontosaur, I will have you know. Having long neck and tail, as well for having a rather long neck and tail, and for being an herbivore. It appears that, unlike the giraffe, it could not make its neck vertical. Yes, blood flow, you see, is straightened more than 90 degrees. It might faint. Hello. My job is to its bells. Best cup in town, guaranteed. Thanks again. The only coffee I serve here is my own house blend. I was messing around with something with Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse 2. Like I said, we're not going to play it anytime soon, but I just wanted to mess around in it. I completely forgot whatever you get for your main character goes over to any other character. So I was like, oh right, I have a shit ton of moves for whoever I start with. I can't use some of them because you need certain key requirements and things like that. And I have the ability to go Kaioken in beast form. Acid, bitterness, and boldness, all balanced in perfect harmony. I also have golden form, but that's because I was playing as a Frieza race, and if I play, I'm going to be a Saiyan. Probably. Just because of all the fucking transformations. Even though I understand they all have, like, a benefit to power and shit, and ki and all that, I just use them for funsies, more so cosmetic than anything. I also have all the DLC, so I technically can play Xenoverse 1 and all of its DLC, I guess, in Xenoverse 2 with my high-level character, so I might just breeze through the story. Hey, Splitter, it's time for a pop quiz. If you pass, I'll give you something nice. Question, what did I eat for lunch last week? A sandwich. Correct, wow. First try. I'm gonna give you a prize. And take care of it. It's a bamboo wall. Pretty good sandwich. Alright, gotta go sell fish. But, I guess my, whatever level I am, if I play the DLC of Xenoverse 2, which is just replaying the story of 1, allows me to, it scales with my level, but I'm a different character, of course, because you're gotta be the first character, I think, so I would be very strong to get through some of the story stuff, which I wouldn't mind, just so we can get through the story quicker. I get another haircut at some point. My fucking pink hair underneath this wig is awful. Welcome, come! Kitty table, that electric chair, it's kind of fucked. Nothing I want. The groovy wall. I don't need to see it. I've seen what it is. I've had the wall before. Don't need to waste time. Sky wall. I could only imagine what this looks like. Oh my god, the sky. All you're missing is cloud flooring and you'd be set. This is a mosaic wall. Yep, very mosaic. Exotic rug. Scene. Pretty exotic. This is a fancy carpet. Looks pretty fancy. It's almost 3,000 bells because it's so fancy. And a cabin rug, which we've seen before. It is just wood with a rug. Nothing I want. Hey, I keep wasting money here because I don't know why. Because I wear hats all the fucking time. I don't know why I need new hair. Yeah, there's being helpful and then there's just being in the way. Can you guys move? I'm trying to look at what you have. Don't you hate when you're trying to look at something in a store and the employees all just gather around you? Big nights. Oh, duh. What kind of song would it be? Rock. I'm the fun-loving type. Burr. Feeling very lush. Holy shit. Why do it look like you put ass cheeks on my head? There's like a big crack down the middle. Great. I look like a douche. I look like a villain from an 80s movie. Just minus the rose shirt. Or the daisy shirt. Now to buy flowers. As much as I want to play Xenoverse, though, I'm trying to be patient. I want to get through some other shit before we start adding on to it. Plus, the problem is, knowing me, I'll be like, I can't wait to play it. And then I get to playing it, and I'll be like, this was fun, but we can move on. Because of all the fucking parallel quests, or whatever the hell they're called, that I'm going to have to do, too. Not only to grind to get my experience, but to the equipment drops that I might want. Luckily, I don't have everything trained, so when I eventually start a character, there's going to definitely be some stuff we're going to have to grind and train for. But at least me having some of the stuff unlocked stops some of that shit, because some of it can be very boring. So, at least having some of it with my other character in Xenoverse 2 will be nice. Flowers here. And some here. But I think the both times I've played Xenoverse 1 and 2, I was always the Freezer race, but it's just because it was, I was like, everyone's gonna pick Saiyan. And then I only picked it for Xenoverse 2 when they introduced Golden, because I was like, fuck it. At least I'll have, like, I'll put on a Super Saiyan wig and just pretend I'm going Super Saiyan, but I'm Golden. Plus, Brandon was playing as a Saiyan, and I was like, I don't want to be the same. But now when I play, I'm just going to say, fuck it. Let's just be a Saiyan so I can enjoy my many transformations of whatever I'm in the mood to turn into. If you put anything else down, your floor is going to give way. Are you saying I'm full in my house? What the fuck? Well, I guess I'll just put you in there for right now. We are not buying any more clothes. I could drop that on the floor because it's not like a piece of furniture. What, am I not allowed any more furniture? Floor's gonna give way. This is we're not even on a second floor. Like, if I wanted to put Nook's Cranny on the floor. I literally can't fit any more furniture in my house, apparently. I've hit the limit in this room. Wow, didn't know that was even possible. I know that 2 of them are being eaten up by these clothes right now, or these. But I'm not allowed to put a single piece of furniture in the house. Tom Nook fucked me on this floor. And I don't mean that sexually, I just mean he ruined me. This floor's made of something cheap. Saw it, Splitter. I saw it. Your place. It got bigger. What kind of black magic is that? I gotta know. Dat and Tom Nook. You had to ask. I don't think I've ever hit a furniture limit in Animal Crossing. It's crazy to me. I also have thrown so much shit in my house. Close to your first. So very close. Hopefully it's fun. Oh, there's the fish. I got very confused. I looked away and I looked back and I was like, where'd fish go? Being a GM is something I'd have no idea about. Out of my pay grade. Yeah. I pretty much got that gist of it. I just never done too much of that stuff in my life. I could never GM anything. Yeah, he's opening his mouth again. I'm trying to sleep and you're just talking and no one's talking, like, back to you. I don't hear it. What the fuck are you doing, you psycho? Yeah, I could never do anything like that. I barely could get my own shit correct. Fucking butterfly. Pick a side. Yeah, I could not GM. He'll probably nail it. You got this. Who's Zane? I bet he's GM'd or DM'd or done something before. Squid. I think the key component, as long as everyone's having fun and no one's getting too frustrated, I think, you know, not like you have to live up to be like anybody else that are doing it. You just gotta try to make it enjoyable in some ways. Fishy fish. Also I forgot, well, I don't have to buy paper there. I was like, I could just go grab one from the thing or change one of the letters in my pocket. I gotta send a letter to, fucking Goose to welcome them into this place. Change address, Goose. Right. Hi. I heard. Heard. That you are loose. Next time, keep it to yourself. Gross. Yeah, loose as a goose. It's like, I heard you're loose. Yuck. Keep that to yourself, please. I put a, you know, here. This will be his welcoming gift. I'm gonna put a fucking seashell in it. I don't have much to put in there, so here's a shell I found on the beach. Welcome to the neighborhood. If I pick up garbage from the sea, then I'll put that in there for him. I couldn't even imagine how complicated it could be. I mean, the difference of, like, rule sets of each scenario or story or campaign are definitely something you gotta get used to. Unfortunately, I just don't know much of that stuff because I never really have been a part of any sort of groups to do that stuff, and I'm too terrible in the mental department to do all that stuff. Now I'm just gonna think how I need to play Cyberpunk at some point again. And my computer nearly exploded when I aimed down sights. Good times. Yeah. My computer can run the game if I wasn't streaming. My computer was good a handful of years back, but not anymore, that's for sure. A lot of games these days, I could probably play them if I'm not streaming, but because I stream, I'm like, nope, can't run this properly, so I'm just better off playing things on console and suffering with either my inability to aim on a controller or it not being at its best, but good enough, which I'm not really a graphics snob. As long as it runs, I'm good. But I also don't have, like, I got like one very small solid state in here, so a lot of games struggle because everything needs an SSD. And I only have hard drives because that's all I could afford back then, plus still games were okay with hard drives when I got the computer. I could have... I'm lucky if I can. It was funny, is like before Dragon's Dogma 2's horrific like requirements because of how much shit is in that game. I was like, I might try to get it and see if I can run it. Maybe put it at least a stable 30, and I'm like, if I launch that game, my computer's going to explode with the anti-cheat software affecting performance or whatever the fuck they have in there, and the amount of shit in that game, my computer might as well just ignite by the pressing start. Like, barely can run fucking Stranger of Paradise. That makes my computer sound like it's ready to take off if I put that game at 60. I might as well just put like wings on my computer so it can help. My GPU freaked out when playing in the Yakuza Kiwami anytime someone popped champagne. Not sure why. It just really didn't like the champagne. Yeah, for some reason the menus itself burns up my CPU, and then I have to keep the game at 30 so my GPU will be calm about everything. Specs am I running? I mean, mine is, what is it? Let me just see. I got all of the shit, like, right here if I hit this button. I run, like, an iCore, or Intel iCore i9, what is it, 9900K? A 2060, NVIDIA. I got 32 gigs of RAM. And I run just two terabyte hard drives and a 500 gig SSD. In normal terms, perfectly fine for if I'm just playing regularly. For streaming terms, it kind of struggles a little bit from all the extra weight. But my cooling is also not that great because I have just a really old air fan because the original cooling in this system broke. So I have kind of a beat up old fan working it with along with the other case fans, and it's not a lot, so shit gets warm. Idle and everything's fine. Certain games will be fine, but like, I'm just doing this, and streaming has bumped, there's not much dust. I clean it out. But the fan is not great. It's old. The fan does not have a long lifespan left because it was used on another computer. And the thermal paste probably, or whatever the fuck, is probably not that great. Whatever the hell it was, I don't remember. And probably needs to get replaced as well. But I clean the computer out pretty often. It's probably what I'm going to be doing again tomorrow anyway. Before I start uploading videos. But I'm on the rise of trying to get a new setup going, but I just, it's gonna be a little while. Yeah, I don't exactly have a ton of money to throw at that. Plus, I also know very little of the internal workings of a computer. I had a friend put mine in because he's better at that shit than I am, so me messing with the fan to replace it is not something in my wheelhouse of knowledge. I know software and a lot of things in computers, but I don't know hardware very well in the sense of like plugging it in, putting it all together. Even after watching videos and how things work, I'm still very confused. It's not something my brain and anxiety and stress can handle too well. We will put 14,550. Yeah, I mean, like, again, to everybody else, that sounds simple enough. To me, I just have, like, the worst stress, anxiety, and shaky hands of, like, everything. And it's not even because of... It's just my natural way of doing things. It's not great. I'm not in a great mental ability to do that kind of work. Mentally and somewhat physically. Question. What did I eat? You said a sandwich. No, now you changed it. What did I eat? Sandwich. What did I eat again? Not a sandwich? Knowing my luck, just plugging in a fan means I'm putting my fist through my motherboard, and I don't know how that happened. Would you like something? Would you like to see something? Of course you would. This weird letter. Words of wisdom, my mom always said, if you don't want to avoid looking like a fool, shut your mouth. You think it was a practical joke? You stuffed your cheeks full of broccoli and then salmon. Yeesh, what do you think it would taste like? Go right ahead. I won't try to stop you. I mean, it's not hard to do. Go on, get on with it. I can't eat that fast. I haven't trained in a while. Now you're angry and he's sad. Either way, I'll get something done with that stuff at some point. Let's see. We put in a good bit of money. Either way, well, I'll worry about the computer stuff when time gets there. Like I said, I'll be cleaning mine out tomorrow and then trying to, you know, eventually I'll get some shit done with it or fucking God knows what I'll do. But right now it's just saving money because I also do want to get like another rig down the road just because of whether I do a 2 PC setup or just having this as a backup. And get this cleaned out and fixed up as a backup. But for the time being, I just don't got the financial ability to do all that stuff right now. Got a lot of other things going on to worry about that are a little more important than computer stuff. I had some old computer we just had to get rid of because it was super, super old and mistreated. It wasn't even really mine. It was more of like a family friend's computer that I had to use temporarily for a long time. And I just know I had some kind of weird integrated NVIDIA card in it, and I was like, I don't know what this fucking thing is, and even NVIDIA doesn't want to tell me what this is. But I didn't use it for gaming. It was just something so I could watch some videos and stuff until I got a proper computer. It's first Unreal Tournament, 40 FPS. It'll blow your mind. It's funny reading the advertisements on those old things, like the boxes of them being like, what game or FPS were they trying to sell you on? What resolution? Just trying to respond to something here. There we go. I remember, I think it was like a Quake or something. I don't remember what it was that my brother had on his old, really old computer back when I was younger. But I thought it was like the coolest shit to play, and I think it was always just against bots, because I don't think we had the ability to play online at the time, or if we did, like, I don't remember, because I wouldn't know how to set that up. I just remember playing something like that, and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. The problem was he had one of those mouses with the big giant ball on the side, so you had to use that, and my fucking thumb was killing me trying to do that shit. They're cool, but fucking, that hurt me when I was young. I had tiny hands. Yeah, the trackball. I had small hands when I was young trying to use that. My thumb just hurt trying to move around in that thing. And I don't think he took very good care of it, because I just remember it getting really, like, tough to move as time went on because of probably, like, dust buildup and other shit. And I was like, this is awful. Because he wasn't exactly tech savvy. The fact that he even had a computer still shocked me. He'll come up to me when we hang out every so often when he visits. Like, have you heard about this game that's been out for like a handful of months to a year? And I'm like, oh yeah, I know that game. I just got around to playing it or checking it out. It's real cool on my Xbox One. And I'm like, yeah. Cool, as long as he's having fun. More fish. Bum, ba-da-bum, bum, ba-bum. Get the fishies. I want to pay a little bit more of the debt today. Just checking one thing here, because Windows tried to do something, and I'm like, don't do it, Windows. Don't even think about it. Because I haven't moved my mouse and stuff, so even though I'm using a controller and I'm doing stuff, then I'm streaming to be like, are you idle? We're going to start running something that will, like, fucking, who gives a shit? And I'm like, please don't. It's not like a screensaver or it's shutting down. It just wants to do shit. 'Cause it's like, oh, it looks like you're idle. Do you want to update maybe? And I'm like, no. Like, please no. I just postponed it for a reason, because I don't want to accidentally have an update in the middle of streaming like I've had in the past. I was thankful that it didn't do that while I went to sleep during the streamathon. I half expected to wake up and be like, the stream's gone. All of my stuff seems to have reset, and Windows happened. Because there was a moment of nothing's going on the computer. I'm gonna do it. Even if the videos are playing, it'll be like, it looks like you're due for a restart to do this update. Please don't. Weed. I'm gonna do this update. You know, you go and do something, but I wanna. That's what I was worried about. Like I said during the streamathon, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed. YouTube videos are playing, so something's happening on the computer, and I better not see that you updated, because that'd be really awkward. Like, you better not. Full? I'm full. Luckily, it didn't happen during that whole time. We only had, like, minor hiccups, but I think it was all Twitch server hiccups, so that was fine. Bad Boy Red first Battlefront 130. God, the voodoo. Fucking voodoo, too. It's so fun reading those old Whoop, no, I don't want to sell that, Tom. No, give me my net back. It's so fun reading old GPU, CPU, whatever boxes of those things back then. 8,510, I'll take it. I want to work a little bit towards some more money. We've been having a lot of short days, so I'm trying to do a little extra today with the fishing while talking to the people. I've only ever had Windows update once in the middle of stream, but that was only because I had like a little, like I'll have occasional little muscle spasms, and I don't have like a heavy mouse or anything, so it does shake when I go to move. And I remember like trying to get the pause update, or like pause the thing to happen, because it was like, it's going to start in the next 30 minutes. Hit now to do it now, or delay it. And I went to hit delay, and apparently I like spasmed to now, and all the last thing you hear in the stream was, oh shit. Then everything shut down. I was like, God damn it. Luckily, I wasn't that far into starting a recording for a video for YouTube, so I was like, thank God I didn't just lose everything. It was just really annoying. Oh, shit. Alright, you get your rest. Appreciate you stopping by. Oh, man, but Windows is a nightmare. Damn it, fish. Been a cold day today, so all I want to do is sleep, but I'm trying to fight through it. I don't want to sleep. Bunny just strolling on through. All right, this is Mallory, right? Yeah, I gotta go get Mallory more medicine. I forgot. Mallory's still sick. I keep forgetting medicine doesn't heal in a day. You have to do it like multiple times. The drive somehow messed up. That happened on my old PC. I was updating my graphics card, and then Windows tried to do a background process and just locked my whole system up. And then NVIDIA just had no idea what my graphics card driver was supposed to be and just wouldn't update, no matter what I did from resetting it to... It just never knew what it was, and I was like, well, luckily it still works, but this is a nightmare. Because I could never update it if it gave me better performance or not. That's when I was like, I gotta get a new PC all those years back, because I'm like, my graphics shit, it is so fucked. And then I think that's why I also ran into Yakuza 0 tech problems, because like certain games would just crash the whole system. Because it just, the graphics card was so like borked. It's a matter of, I don't have enough space. And, oh, what is this on here that I never personally installed on this PC? I love finding random shit. I'm like, Windows, what did you just put on here? I didn't ask for this. It's like my phone, before I finally stopped it from doing it, my phone was like, we put on apps that we think you would enjoy. And I was like, why the fuck would you do this? And it was like, do you want to play like some shitty Mojang, fucking Mahjong or whatever the fuck game, and like another way to play what the fuck is it, Solitaire. And I was like, no, uninstall, stop adding shit. Eventually, I was able to turn all that shit off, but God, I love just having things I didn't ask for added onto my system. Like, I don't know how many times in the early days of Windows I kept telling you to get rid of Skype. Somehow I don't have access to anything I need access to. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? Now the only notification I'll get from Windows occasionally is, we made a collection of your photos. Relive your fondest memories. And they're just stupid screenshots I took of like zoomed in faces and or whatever I grabbed from a video game. So I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that time where I was this video game character holding an AK. Good times. Enjoy your Sunday with these photo album. The fuck? No, Windows, I have 2 legs. I can back up just fine. I don't need your help. Yeah, I got this. Pretty good at fishing, right? I'm good at speed fishing. Well, shall we see who's the better fisher? Let's see what should the terms be. Whoever can catch an olive flounder. All right, that's the one in the sea. It'll either be the one that looks like a dab, but it's an olive flounder, and I don't have one on me. We have a quote for a lot of things. Yeah, I've yelled out that I know my own legs. Only cute secret item. I'm kind of broke. No way, you're broke? Well, it seems kind of cruel to charge full price. Even though it's clear my common floor wrote the book on awesome. No, I don't want a common floor. You snooze, you lose. I like that whole I know my legs came from, well, alright, well, that doesn't help either. God, these quotes. I mean, that does sound like just something I would say, so, I mean, that one's not too bad. That one happens a lot more than I would like. Yeah, that one is fine. It doesn't help when we start blending in some of John's quotes in there. And then Princess misspelling OnlyFans. So turned into a fucking quote. Oh, speaking of feet or figs, hey, a boot. Talk about timing. I don't even know why that one's like a quote. It's just the game says "Welcome to Pennsylvania," and I screamed. I think it was more for the fact that I was playing Train Sim World and I had no idea how to fucking control a train, but Pennsylvania, I guess, can be scary to me. Yeah, I always just scream. Not as much now because I have to be quieter, but there was a lot of yelling of "oh gods" around here. Find an olive flounder. Well, that's just John. I don't know how to... That one, that's just him. I have no control of that guy. Well, a red snapper I'm not going to complain about. That's good money. That is a horse mackerel. I mean, again, it did look very childlike, but it was a demon. That one I said with such confidence, and I don't know why. The first quote ever, I had to say it with such confidence, and I think, too. I don't know. I just... God, I hate me sometimes. Why... I was gonna say, why does my life revolve around Dick constantly? And then I remembered my constellation up in the sky. So. So if I kiss, I'll get stronger? It's a weird attempt at a pickup line, it sounds like, but it wasn't. That was just the basis of that game. Never played Chulip, you kiss to get stronger, so I was like, so if I do it in real life, I get stronger? What's this? You got an olive flounder and I didn't? Would you sell it for me? doing a contest. I don't want to sell it. Well, I caught the fish. You wanted me to sell you the fish for the thing that we're trying to do. This wasn't a fair match. Sure, you're fast, but you also have opposable thumbs. Apparently, you completely defeated me. Since this is such a rare occasion, please take my sky wall. You know, Tom Nook's selling one of those right now. Don't let your head get too big, because it's already huge. I'm just being made fun of. I know, it wasn't a bad price, and I would have sold it to, but then I would have to go and catch another one for the little competition. I'm like, she's just trying to bribe me. And it would have worked. Yeah. Jan and his Ethernet cord up his utopia. Quotes are just all over the place. What do I get if I just go for a quote? What do I get today? That fucking course. God damn it. He's not even here. Alright, well, you know, when you don't have money and you have to find other ways to bribe. Kenshi, you know, I just really needed the protection. Ooh. These quotes will bite me in the ass one day when I'm like, if I ever dated, I'm like, hey, so I say these things, how do you feel about it? Well, you know, Tommy Dreamer shouldn't have talked about having a punctured lung. Caught an octopus. Have one. I was trying to clean my nose. That was just, it makes for a good time. Yeah, I just gotta be lucky enough to find said partner to be accepting to the fact that I have no problem screaming out that I'll suck someone off. Once then, we'll be good. Be thriving more than I already am. One could hope. I'm like, no, I just say dumb shit. I swear, I'm not, like, trying to, like, insinuate I want something, sweetie. I just say a lot of dumb shit. I don't even know how to talk to a person in a relationship, like being in one. Yeah, I gotta keep it fresh. That's why I always buy deodorant. Yeah, I don't know why I got an achievement on a Nintendo Switch game. Doesn't make any sense why my Xbox, like, achievement noise popped. Also, I forget that Twitch clips have like the weirdest names. Like, what is that? Incredulous, hilarious puffin? The fuck did it call it? It's like, the hell? I think it just tried to make a fat joke at me, calling me a puffin. I'm a gumball, thank you very much. Alright, please don't give me a John quote. Alright, that makes more sense. I had a lot of lights on me. I also, you're not gonna believe it, shortly after that quote I died, so... Oops. Did that stupid thing on Windows where I'd, like, closed all of my... or minimized everything. I can't see. There we go. It goes when it comes to Fez. So I already go in expecting to kneel over. When I did it in VR, I was glad no one could see me in person because it looked like I was swimming on the ground, just laying on the ground trying to beg for a Nancy Davis to come get me. And because I couldn't see my surroundings, I sat ass first down on one of my 50-pound weights and I was like, this hurts. It's like, really gotta stop. I can't do that anymore because I'm not in the same place anymore as I was, so I don't have the free roam of VR anymore. But back then, I was like, come get me, Nancy Davis. I'm on the ground. You want some of this? I thought I was going to be invincible. I was not invincible. Mainly because originally in VR, Phasmo had a glitch where if you laid on the ground, you were invincible because it couldn't grab your, like, it couldn't touch the belt. So I thought that they never patched it, and I tried to be so confident, and then it just murdered me while I was on the ground. Do another bit of fishing, because I'm trying to get a good chunk of this paid today. So we got 195. Let's try to get a little bit more fish before I eventually switch. Not that I have a ton of ideas today of what I wanted to do. Hi, Blue Bear. I love just getting random haircuts, and now, like I said, I look like the villain of, like, most 80s movies. With Squirtle's sweet triangle, like, shades. Apropos, I was in Animal Crossing. God, this fucking boot. Just trying to pay off a little bit more debt since I haven't played that much the past few days. Rainbow trout. God, you know, when it didn't help saying my penis is only for family, especially when it was a game with Vin Diesel in it. But, you know, it worked out. It's disgusting, and I don't like the implications of that, but... still yuck. Oh, good. E for speed. It's naming a vehicle. What can I call this thing? Well, I know my legs again. Thank God for that. I'm just waiting for the John one to come up about Rome. Just out of nowhere. So many quotes. Probably would have had a lot more, too, if we've actually been adding to it, but everyone else forgets, and then I just don't remember what I just blurted out in the moment. And everyone kind of forgets how to do the command. DK's like the only one who knows how. And I'm in a, like, it's like a fog of, like, what did I just say? Mm-hmm. All right, John's going up thingies. Good. And we have a tendency of putting a lot of things sideways in video games, unintentionally, just making things look derpy. I would rather clip me hitting on Jill than quote. I mean, how can you not hit on Jill? I mean, it works better in clip format than just seeing it in text, when you can hear the tone of voice. It was like 20 plus clips. Still has a nice butt. I still find that one sequence in Resident Evil 3 with Jill. I'm assuming you've already beat RE3 multiple times, I assume. I don't know. You're pretty much on the RE enjoying yourself with Resident Evil games. But I still remember when they pushed, like, the tentacle thing, like, that thing grabs you and poisons you or something, and, like, jams it down her mouth. I was like, did they really need to jam this thing down your throat? The spider, I'm like, how many people just, like, eyebrows raised when that happened? They're like, I see what's going on here. I was like, that was... Jesus Christ. They're like, hey, so Jill just gonna get, like, kind of forcefully have to deep throat to some sort of spider thing. Yeah. It was something. I was like, ugh. John's quote, why is Rome not Jewish? I don't know, John. They're not that great because they're a bit dated, but I really want the like, even unless they remade them or did them in a remaster of some kind. I would love to play the Resident Evil Outbreak games with people, because they're interesting. They're dated as all hell, and they feel more like an arcade thing because you're going for, like, even though there's a story, it's kind of like, it's not typical Resident Evil with, like, saving in a box and everything. It's kind of like trying to do everything in, like, one long go, which is kind of brutal. But I get the idea as friends. The AI is a pain. I don't think I've ever, like, I've seen all of Resident Evil Code Veronica. I've never played it, but that was because I played it once when I was younger. But I had the tendency of, shooting and trying to fight every little thing and then complaining I had no ammo because I was dumb when I played it back then. But that game is a little bit difficult too. Just not great at it, but I want to play through it. The voice acting in Code Veronica is hilarious to me. Yeah. One of the funniest games to me, in Resident Evil games that are, that if you want to hear dialogue that does not match up with the subtitles, you play Resident Evil Dead Aim. Oh my god. None of that shit matches up. Like, about, like, half the dialogue of what they say and what the subtitles is don't even match. It's so silly. It was on, like, PS2, and it was part of their, like, you can move around in third person, but when you go to shoot, you gotta fucking go first person with the crosshair like it's an arcade game style, like, the using, like, a gun thing, but holy shit. It was funny just like, that's not what he said. The subtitles are lying to me. We just played, speaking of Resident Evil, not too long ago, we just played, we went back through original RE2, but it wasn't your basic RE2, it was Resident Evil 2 Kendo's Cut and Kendo's Cut Uncut, which is like a sort of like a ROM hack style thing of RE2, so it was, what if Kendo survived and also learned to time travel? It's just so out there. Because it was old school RE2, so you had to think Kendo only has like 4 voice lines or something like that, so they use it to the best of their ability for voicing. But eventually it just comes down to Kendo went to the future, goes like or goes to the past to try to stop everything from happening, but then it creates like a fucked up timeline for Claire, and it's just a mess. He also cucks Leon in the thing, too, which is just really funny to me. Which is just hilarious in that whole thing. Kendo gets to kiss Ada. Leon's like, I can't handle this, and throws himself into the lava. The whole thing is just wild. Yeah, just doing Kendo stuff. But I just love that Kendo, the real Kendo, not all these like different timelines, but the original Kendo's like, I figured out time travel. I went and met important people, which were game developers. He's like, I also killed a few gods, which they just showed a really pixelated like Kratos and all that. He became president of the United States and Russia. I was like, I don't know how Kendo did all this. Figured out time travel. Do that boot there. I'll come back for it. Actually, do I have anything? I can do this. Just so I don't forget that it's there. It was just crazy for what it was. I do want to do more like Resident Evil things, but I'm like, I try to save them for like October if I ever do anything like that. Because we occasionally will do old school RE2, but randomized, so we're a different character model. All the voice lines are just, the conversations barely make any sense, and it's just silly. But I try to save that stuff for more October, so I have something to do in October. Do for you. Boot, red snapper. What's gonna give us most of this money? Really, the red snapper is the one that gives us a good chunk of money. I shouldn't look in here at what clothes they have because I'll always want to buy it and I don't have room. Okay. The hat and glasses that I don't need. Hi there, sport. Welcome. Thanks so much for making our shop your favorite. Oh, sis, I see you've become fast friends with Splurt. Anyway, oh hey Mabel, what time are you expecting Splurt to come by? It's not even noon and you're thinking about that? Mabel? Oh, come on. Mabel promised to give me a massage, right? I'm on my feet all day long. The lower back of mine is always aching. Psych. Like my ancient sister, I'm still young, so my back is still fine. Mabel. Just kidding. It was a sandwich, and Barry's line is, why you should be more careful. You almost became a Jill. My last time I played through RE3, I did mods for the new, the remake. And, I modded it so we had different things from Shrek to Thomas the Train, all that shit coming after us. But one of the early Jill costumes I had was just her literally walking around as like with her head sticking out and her body was like covered, like wrapped up in a sandwich. She was inside a sandwich just walking around. It was just head, leg, and arms, but her body and everything else was just covered by a giant sandwich. I was like, this. Don't give me nude mods, just give me sandwich mods. Alright. Well, I think we did a good amount today. About an hour and a half, we did a good chunk of our... Got a good chunk of that paid. Let me see. I think I have a handful of photos, but I unfortunately don't think I have the photo. Oh, I do have a photo of Jill as a sandwich. Hold on. We'll save for the stream to see here in a sec. But YouTube, that's going to be it for us. We finished for today. We made a lot of progress. And we'll be back for it next time.